Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. It is Tuesday, so it's obviously time for an advanced format deck list. And again, something that's not as cost heavy, something that's going to be very fun for you guys. And it's a little bit outside of my normal build. So this is a 43 card deck, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing Morgana, the Witch of Eyes, as well as her Morganite spells. Because essentially what this deck is just like the control-ish aspect of what happens when you put Marvel's Infinity Stones into a different card game. So this was made with some friends. This is not just my creation, so some of these ideas are not entirely mine. But we did play test. It is kind of fun, and it's just goofy enough to share. So without any further ado, let's get some deck for you guys. Before I get into it, I should tell you, I'm not going to provide you guys an extra deck today because the extra deck is a resource. And while you can have one, once you guys see the spell traps that we've included in today's deck, you will understand why I'm not giving you a firm list. I want you guys to make decisions that make sense based on you, your collection, and what your local meta is. That said, we can continue. First card we want to talk about is Morgana, the Witch of Eyes. Again, this is new. This is out of Duelist Advance. And it is going to be the 4-star. As you can tell, she does have all three of her little stones right there for her. She's also always considered to be a Morganite card by her effect. The effect, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can choose to banish one Morganite spell from the graveyard to negate the attack. You may only use one of each of the following effects once per turn. If this is normal or special summon, you may add one Morganite spell from deck to hand. And if you have 3 or more Morganite spells with different names in the graveyard and or banishment, you may change the attack of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls to 0. So she's a 15 by 21. She's meant to be set or special summoned in defense mode. And then she's just going to hang out. That is her entire goal. She just wants to hang out and then basically let you get punchy. The rest of this deck is basically a love letter to just the opponent not getting to do much. Since we're doing this in alphabetical order, the next 3 spells are all going to be the Morganite spells. We're going to go with Guilt Gripping first. They share the first 2 effects, and the last effect also varies. So for the rest of the duel, apply the following. You can no longer activate effects in the hand of monsters. So that's basic. That's all 3 Morganites. This one is special because normal 5 and higher. You can normal summon level 5 and higher monsters without tributes. Again, this is important because this takes you back to like the world of like original Duelist Kingdom dual monsters era. I can normal summon Blue Eyes, because why not? You also don't pay life to activate spell traps. This is important. We are going to abuse this. The Banish effect. You can banish this in the graveyard to reveal 1 Morganite in your hand. Place a revealed card at the bottom of your deck, then draw 1 card. So again, not a terrible thing. Kind of helps you like rectify hand. Can be good. Succumbing Song Morganite. And again, we're going to be running play sets here, guys. We want to have as many as possible. Same first 2 effects. Next, monsters you control may make up to 2 attacks on monsters every battle phase. So again, as long as you have a monster, you get to slap 2 monsters. And then if your monster battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage that you inflict is doubled. You may choose to banish this from your hand, add 1 Morganite card from the deck to the hand, then place 1 card from the hand to the bottom of the deck. Again, if we start with Succumbing Song, we play this, get Morgana, go into one of the other effects, and just keep moving. Which is really good. Then the last one is the Time Tearing Morganite. And again, this is another great one. Same first 2 effects. So the next 2 effects are draw 2 instead of 1 during the normal draw phase. And then you can conduct 2 normal summons and sets a turn, not just the singular. You can banish this card from your grave, then discard 1 Time Tearing Morganite. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects when you normal summon this turn. Which again can help us play through certain boards. So again, that's like the first 12 of the deck. and that's the Morganite part of the deck. The rest is we're going to be playing 3 Majesty's Fiend, because, yeah, if we could just normal summon this, then, you know, neither player can activate monster effects. We're not really trying to, but it's really hard for other people to play Yu-Gi-Oh! When they can't. So again, great card here. And then we're also going to tag in 3 copies Vanity's Fiend. Now, thing is, we could probably sub out Vanity's Fiend. And the reason I say this is the effect. The effects here are that we no longer have to tribute for these guys. So we could actually play 3 Vanity's Rulers here. Because again, it doesn't matter. It's 5 stars or more. It's not a special summon. It's a normal summon without tributes. And then this would say that only the opponents cannot special summon cards. So if you do think that you want to be able to tap into your extra deck, just swap out your Fiends for your Rulers, okay? That is the big to-do here. This is the move I didn't agree with my friends about, so that's why I'm showing it to you right now. Like, they agreed, I got outvoted, the Fiend should be the card. I'm saying it should be Ruler. But either way, you guys do what you can. And then again, that's it. That's it for the monster base. It's the 9 monsters. Back to spells. One card I wanted to do was Card of Demise. I wanted to make sure that since we were putting so many things back at the bottom of the deck, with the Morganites swapping each other out, I wanted to make sure that we would eventually get to the point where we could do something. So this allows you to draw until you have 3 cards in your hand, and for the rest of the turn, your opponent takes no damage. During the end phase of the turn, send your entire hand to the grave. Only activate 1 per turn. You cannot special summon during the turn you activate this. Generally, we're not special summoning, so that's never going to be an issue. 2, we could do this during the second main phase. It does not say main phase 1 here. We could do this during the second main phase. We can go ahead, set a bunch of stuff, get the Card of Demise, decide if we need some more cards set in the back row. Fine, we lose a couple cards. And then as soon as we get into like the time tearing again, we're drawing 2 cards a turn again. Does not matter. Again, it's a one-off right now, so just play the 1. You'll be fine. Next up, 3 Foolish Burial Goods. Simply just throws a spell trap from the deck to the discard. It is exactly Foolish Burial, just for spell traps. And again, as far as Morgana's effect, if you got 3 different names in the discard, you can zero out all the accounts on the opposing side. So, kind of a no-brainer move here. This is good for that. Additionally, some of the banish effects are good to have them there. It's just a good card to have. We also run 3 Pots of Duality because, again, we don't really special summon at all. So Pot of Duality is going to help us. We're going to excavate the top 3 of our deck, add 1 to hand, shuffle the rest back into the deck. Only activate 1 of these per turn. Cannot special summon during the turn that we do this card effect. That we activate this card. So again, this helps us dig. It helps us get into the cards we want. First card is going to treat our extra deck like the cheap pile of cards that it is. Pot of Extravagance. I don't really care about my extra deck. I just need to pick cards till I get to the right Morganites. That's what all of this was about. Just getting to the right Morganites. And if banishing some cards does it, then we're good. Additionally, we're going to use Super Polys. So since I'm going to use Super Polys, I want to make sure that I'm using probably 3 ofs, 2 ofs at the least, of the most, and take this again with a grain of salt, the most appropriate Super Poly targets that you guys can possibly find that are going to work well against the local or regular meta of the time. Because again, I don't know if you guys are seeing this in July of 2025. I don't know if you guys are seeing this a year later and you just found out about the Morganite cards. I don't know. This could be in like 2030, you know, and you guys are looking up like retro decks or something. Being able to do that and say like, you know, not going to give you a list of what could be. And then, you know, later on the meta's changed and new cards have dropped. This is fine. So Super Poly is some targets. Extravagance, throw a bunch of stuff. We got one more that's going to use our extra deck as a resource. I want to talk Dogmatic of Punishments. Now, normally, I don't play this card anymore. I think I used to play this with the Elder Entity Intis a lot. I try to play this anytime I'm playing like Cyber and Cyber Dark stuff. Just because, again, it lets me throw stuff into the discard pile real quick. there are reasons to play this, and today our deck will do this too. Target a monster on the opponent's side of the field. Send a monster with an equal or higher attack from the extra deck to the graveyard. Doesn't have to be a fusion monster, guys. It could be whatever. And if you do, destroy the card. Until the end of your next turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck. Again, I'm not planning on it. Not entirely. I mean, we do have Super Polys. And you can only activate one copy of this card per turn. So again, it's fine. But it also works as a discard for the Super Poly. If we pick this up, with Card of Demise, we're not too upset. If we lose it because of Card of Demise, we're not too upset. If we get it, we don't really need it. A lot of the Morganite spells are going to allow us to shuffle this back into the deck, or put it on the bottom of the deck, whatever it was, shuffle it, return it. And so we'll be able to do those things. And then my last 9 cards, right? Because I said this was going to be 43 cards. I'd like to mention the Guilt Gripping again. We do not pay for spells and traps. Guys, when I say I am playing 3 of all the Solemn traps, I mean, get your judgments, get your strikes, and get your warnings. Okay, I'm not paying the 15, I'm not paying the 2K, I'm not paying the half. These are straight up free. These are like literally 3 of the best counter traps in the game. Again, it's all about like limiting out the things. Get rid of the special summon or special summon effects, monster effects and or special summons, spell, trap, and or summons. Like, it does not matter. I will pay, but not pay, to destroy those effects. This is a very good, this didn't cost me a whole lot to put this deck together. The extra deck could cost you more. Side build could cost you more. Again, side deck, what are you going to be looking for? Probably things like Infinite Impermanence. Imperm's really good. It's a trap too, so it's a trap that can be used from the hand. So even if you've activated a Morganite, it's still fine. I'm trying to think. Because there's like a handful of other things. I know there's a newer trap from the new Phantom Chaos, maybe it was, with the newer Ubel stuff. It was very much like a Solemn Judgment, and it destroys cards in the same column as the card that you negate. It's like pay half your life points, negate a spell, a trap, or a monster's effect on the field. It's fine. You could just play that instead. Maybe you don't have the Dogmaticas here. You could just drop those entirely. Drop this down to a 40-card deck. You guys can do whatever you want. I do feel like, since it is very searchable to get the time tearing, it's just better to play a slightly larger than normal deck. But yeah, your sideboard should just be a bunch of stuff that you think works. It could be more stuff that changes this into doing maybe a little less craziness. Maybe take out the Super Polys and stuff. I don't know. You guys let me know if you like this. If you've enjoyed today's video, support the channel, like, comment, sub, do the things, don't do the things. Do the one thing, my friends. Go out and have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourself and others. And I hope to see you guys on the next video. Till next time, you have a good one. Later.